Hey, great Tuesday morning, everyone. Cesar Mascoro Jr. with Manufactured Home Sales Mastery in with our 15 minutes to mastery, the Tuesday edition. That's right. Every day we come in here, just share a little bit of information, share some motivation. I hate to use the word motivation, but you know what? We need that at some point in time, right? Especially in the mornings to get going, get ready, so that we make sure that we're attacking the day each and every day, and that we're focused on the right things, focusing on what we can control and not on what we can't, because that just that's life, folks. Life comes at us each and every day, and if we let it, we would let ourselves just be focused on the things that we can't control, because there's so many things around us that are being thrown our way, that are just bad things that may happen, stresses that may happen, life situations that may happen, that you can't do anything about. Does it make you a bad person? Does it make you wrong for not focusing on those things? Because the only thing that you can control is that circle directly around you, your attitude, and your actions. So we come in every day and we share a little bit of words, something that may apply to life and would apply also to business. And today's quote is from Derek Cosgrove, and it says, "Often objections aren't real. They are excuses because they don't want to work with you. Get to the root of the issue." So a lot of times you'll hear objections, right? You'll hear objections in life. Right? Let's say it's you as a parent, and you're trying to get your kid to do something, and they're not wanting to comply. They're telling you no. They're telling you why they can't do it. They're telling you whatever reason they're giving you for not doing whatever it is that you say you need to get done. Those are just excuses. That's all they are. They're excuses. When my kid doesn't want to take out the trash, when my kid doesn't want to pick up his room, when my kid doesn't want to get up for school, those are excuses. And the more excuses that I tolerate, the more that I let them, because, oh, they're tired. Oh, they can't do this. Oh, it's too much. Oh, what? Oh. They just keep getting more and more used to it. And then the next thing you know, years down the road, you're struggling, you're suffering. They're suffering because of the decisions that we made and we allowed to happen. Now, same thing with relationships. Same things with my health. Right now, I was giving myself excuses, the objections as to why I couldn't work out the last 4 or 5 months, because my knee's been jacked up. And what happens? I suffer the consequences. Right, stacked on another 15 pounds again. And so now got to go back and build up that momentum that we talked about over the weekend, right? You're building a momentum, and then you stop, and you roll all the way back down. You gotta start over again. Well, luckily I didn't go all the way back down, but still, it's the same thing. You're building up momentum when you could have avoided it in the first place. Now, what about objections for us in manufactured home sales? All right, as the quote says, they're excuses because they don't want to work with you, right? Well, so yes and no. Sometimes the objections really have to do with the fact that they don't want to tell you the truth. And so the second part of that quote, get to the root cause, that is super important. You need to find out what the real issue is that has those folks wanting to hesitate, that has those folks that are not willing to move forward with the purchase of their home, because those objections simply they could be smoke screens stemming from other things that they are trying to avoid. In most cases, folks, it's the home. Most cases, it's the home. They just don't like the home. Something about that home is just not right. Case in point, right now I'm in Tyler, Texas this week, right? Yesterday, I was on the phones and was talking to a customer, a potential lead that had come through, and these folks had already shopped somewhere else. They'd been somewhere else. They had submitted an application somewhere else, but yet they were still talking to me, and yet I was still able to bring them in, and yet they're still moving forward with the home that I dealt with them on, in spite of what they've already done. And that just happened last week. Why are they doing that? Because the home was not the right home. They won't tell you that to your face unless you're asking the bold questions, unless you're specifically just getting to the point and asking them if they truly are in love with the home. So what are you asking to find out if that's the right home? First of all, how are you gauging that? Is it just a, what do you think? Oh, it's nice. Okay, great. Let's move forward. There's specific ways to ask as far as what they think of the home so that you can make sure that you like it. But then it comes down to an even more direct and more bold question, which is, are they ready to move forward today? And when you specifically ask that question with regards to that particular home that you're thinking is the one, then that's when you're going to get the real answers. That's when you're going to get the objections, right? Those objections that we were talking about that are simply smoke screens. Well, I need to think about it. Well, I need to speak to my wife. Well, we still need to shop our. Well, this is the first one we've been to. Well, we haven't done anything with the land. Well, we need to find out how much it's going to cost to get the water. Well, we need this. Well. And it just goes on and on. And then the unfortunate thing is that most sales consultants will go ahead and stick with that answer. Well, we'll take that and move on. Okay, well, what do you need to think about? Do you really need to think about whatever it may be? Okay. And so with that being said, then nothing gets done because you're not asking the bold questions. You're not being direct and to the point. It's something that, well, even I didn't, I can say I didn't master that earlier on in my life. That's something that I've really been able to grab a hold of in the last probably 6 to 7 years. Been comfortable with that. And I should have been comfortable with it a long time ago. So if you're younger and you're watching this, if you got your kids watching this, you need to get them comfortable with asking the bold, direct questions. Always with respect. I'm never disrespectful when I'm asking them, but they're questions that need to be asked. Because the sooner that you realize that, the easier and the quicker, the easier your life becomes. Out of work and in work, at work, in your career. Okay. So let's go through this, right? I'm showing homes. We're inside a house that the client is telling me that they really love. They think it's a great home, right? And everything that I'm feeling as a sales consultant is telling me, man, I think they're really going to go for it. I think they really like this home, right? And so I want to make sure that they're ready to move forward with this house. When? Not next week, not next month, today. So first of all, you need to start by asking for the business. Okay. So let's put that in here as we go along in the chat, because we want to make sure you guys are picking these things up as we go along through this. For those of you on Instagram, sorry, no way to put it in the chat yet. Well, I guess I could type it in here, right? But I got to type it in too. Man, come on the live stream, and that way you can see this. All right, check this out. So first, you must ask for the business. And when are we asking for the business? Today. Today. Ask for the business today. How do we ask for the business today? Well, if they're telling me that home is a perfect home, and they're telling me that they love it, they tell, I feature benefited everything, then I got to flat out ask them, are you ready to move forward on this home today? But I'm not asking, are you ready to move forward? Because they're going to tell me no, right? I don't want a no, because they didn't come to say no. They actually came to pick out a house. All right. So I ask, is there anything keeping you from purchasing this home today? Right now, I'm specifically asking for what would keep you from buying it. Not, are you ready to buy it? That's a simple yes, no question. I'm not getting any sort of feedback there. But when you ask specifically, is there anything keeping you? Is there anything keeping you from buying the home today? right? That, my friends, is a specific question. Is there anything keeping you from buying the home today? That's when they're going to hit you with, I need to think about it. I need to talk to my spouse. I haven't seen anything else. I haven't been anywhere else. I don't make decisions on the first day. Everything that you've heard, right? But just like the quote said, that is not the real reason. 9 times out of 10, I'm telling you, in my experience over the last 15 years in this business, 9 times out of 10, that is not the real reason. That is just the smokescreen. That is the Heisman. That is them trying to get away from you. And that's why you need to make sure that you're asking specifically if that is the only thing keeping them from moving forward, right? But there's a specific way to overcome these objections. Excuse me. Wow, that came out of nowhere. So we need to make sure that we are being very, very specific when it comes to what we're doing and what we're asking when it comes to objections. Don't take the first no. Don't take the first excuse. Don't take the first real reason that they're giving you, or the first reason they're giving you, because that's usually not it. And most of the time, folks, it comes down to the home. So if you're not asking if there's anything keeping you from buying the home today, throw that into your repertoire. And then from there, now you got to overcome the objections. And how do we overcome the objections? By training on objections. How do I train on objections, Caesar? Well, I'm glad you asked. I'm glad that you asked. You train on objections by getting your own deck of the Full House trading cards, which has 50 of the top objections in manufactured home sales, right? And in there, it has the objection, and then it has the specific verbiage for you to overcome the objections, all right? And so in chat, I am putting the website for you to go to. That is manufacturedhomesalesmastery.com/full house. Get yours ordered today. There's a free gift every time you get it. And when you get the cards, you get another free gift as well. Take advantage of that. They're only $69.99, man. That's 69, that's 70,000, 70,000. I wish it was 70,000. I should charge 70,000. It's well worth it. That $70 investment is going to net you tens of thousands of dollars, because you're going to become a master closer. You're going to be able to overcome these objections confidently, smoothly, efficiently, because they are going to help you overcome those objections. But you know what? It only works when you do. It only works when you put in the work. You actually have to train. You actually have to practice, right? I talked about earlier how I put on 15 pounds over the last few months. Those 15 pounds are only going to change when I put in the work. They're only going to come off when I put in the work. Your relationship's only going to get better when you put in the work. Your health, your finances, your work, your business, your sales only work when you put in the work. So the same thing with these cards. Don't just get them and then they sit there on your desk and you don't train it. It makes no sense to me. Get the cards, train 10, 15 minutes a day. Master one per week, man. That's in a year, you will have them all down. One per week that you really mastered. You like when you hear it, bam, oh, there it is. I completely understand you would want to think about it. I would want to think about it as well if I just had to make a major decision like this. However, let me ask you something. Other than needing to think about, is there anything else keeping you from moving forward with purchasing the home today? No? Okay, great. Well, it's been my experience that I believe you there, because there's everything in those cards. manufacturedhomesalesmastery.com/full house. I give you so much stuff for free, man. I give you so much content for free. I give you so much that you can grab onto, use on a daily basis. Right now, just invest a little bit in yourself. $70. That's it. And watch what happens with your career. Oh, by the way, you get 2 free gifts with that purchase as well. You guys have a great Tuesday. Go out there, kill it, man. Do what you got to do to make sure that you take your business, your life, your career to a whole new level. And be with us each and every morning at 8:15 Central Standard Time for our 15 Minutes to Mastery. And as always, I can't wait to meet you.